Welcome to another installment of GPL Panther Volleyball. Tonight, your GPL Panthers are hosting the Sioux Valley Cossacks. This is a game we've been looking forward to for a long time, folks. Never sure exactly how things will play themselves out in region play, but both top seeds won on Tuesday. Sioux Valley defeating Florence Henry Falcons in straight sets, and the GPL Panthers defeating Dual Cardinals in straight sets. And that sets up a fun matchup this evening. Sioux Valley and GPL pretty much tied in the standings all season long, jockeying for the number 2 position. And as it turned out at the end of the season, GPL by just a slim margin had a few more tenths on the seed point average calculation, and that's why this match is being held here in Watertown tonight, and we're so glad you could be joining us. GPL, Sioux Valley. In just a matter of a couple of minutes, we'll be getting to the national anthem and the starting lineups. Sioux Valley comes into this matchup as the 3 seed, and they have a current 22-6 record. And your GPL Panthers come in with a record of 23-5, and are the number 2 seed. Throughout the evening, we'll also be taking a look at scores around the state as berths to the SODAC 16 are on the line in Class A and B. Before the match started, I was able to have a quick word with Sioux Valley head coach Jill Vincent, and just talking a little bit about their season and expectations for tonight, especially for Panther fans that maybe haven't had a chance to get familiar with Sioux Valley. It's not on the regular season schedule. The 2 teams did match up in a tournament this year. We'll touch on that briefly in a moment. But there are 6 seniors and 8 juniors on the Sioux Valley roster. So a experienced group, a mature group as far as volleyball experience is concerned. Sioux Valley has plenty of size, just like GPL Panthers. And the exciting thing about you get the top teams to advance, you get matchups like this, it's good against good. And it's definitely going to come down to little details and execution, and what more could you want for a high school volleyball match? As I was talking to Coach Vincent, especially for Panther fans maybe unfamiliar with the Cossacks once again, we'll be talking a lot about some of those seniors. Caden Sapp being one, and Addison Renkley being another senior leader. And watching the warm-ups, they are certainly the vocal leaders for the Cossacks as well, watching some of their interactions in team huddles and things like that. I asked Coach Vincent what are some things that are going to be a challenge, I suppose, if you're thinking of dealing with the Panther attack, and that was the first thing she said, is the variety of different ways that the Panthers attack the net, hitting from all areas and doing different tempos and things like that. So we've certainly seen that over the course of the year, the Panthers diversifying their attack, and we'll see how that plays out here tonight. And the key for Coach Vincent, she said, the team that minimizes the errors will be the team to advance. And when you have teams as closely matched as this, that makes a lot of sense. It'll be very interesting to see at the beginning of the match how teams come out handling those early game jitters, those butterflies, as we are now approaching 1 minute before we get to the pregame formalities. We'll go through the starting lineups here real quick. The starting lineup for the Sioux Valley Cossacks. Starting off at number 1, the libero Caitlin Russell, a junior. Number 4 is sophomore Kaylee Craddock. Number 5, a junior Michaela Garish. Number 7, a senior Caden Sapp. Number 8, a senior Addison Renkley. Number 9, a junior Emma Gorvin. And number 11, a junior Lacey Langland. Again, that's the starting lineup for the Sioux Valley Cossacks this evening. Starting lineup for your GPL Panthers. Number 1, a senior from Aberdeen, Caitlin Raywerts. Number 5, a junior from Watertown, Kate Holman. Number 6, a junior from Aberdeen, Abby Jenstead. Playing the libero and wearing number 8 this evening, a junior from Aberdeen, Jolie Lean. Number 10, a senior from Watertown, Madeline Prawl. Number 11, a senior from Watertown, Kaylee Carlson. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 13, a senior from Watertown, Esta Cameron. So those are the starting lineups. The warm-up time has expired, and we'll step away for a moment as we observe the national anthem and the pregame announcements.
Good evening and welcome to Great Plains Lutheran High School for this evening's 2A second round volleyball match. This contest features the Sioux Valley Cossacks and your Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. Both schools are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. The SDHSAA has adopted the rules under which this match will be conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this activity's success. Everyone is expected to respect the officials and support the teams with positive and enthusiastic cheering. The Activities Association and its corporate partners, Stanford Health, Dakota Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Billion Automotive, and South Dakota Army National Guard appreciate your recognition of the values being taught at this educational event. At this time, we ask you to stand, remove your hat, and place your hand over your heart as we respect the American flag during the singing of the national anthem by GPL senior Caitlin Raywords. We will first introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Sioux Valley Cossacks. At libero, 5'4" junior, number 1, Caitlin Russell. At libero, 5'11" sophomore, number 4, Kate Carter.
All right.
At center, 5'5" junior, number 5, Kate Garish.
National anthem was sung by GPL senior Caitlin Raywords. Busy lady between the game tonight, singing the anthem. She did that on Tuesday. I don't know if I remember to mention that or not. Outstanding job. All right, as I mentioned, the two sides here did bump into each other at one of the tournaments up in Millbank about a month ago, and GPL did take that match 2 sets to 1, winning the first and third sets. It's always hard to gauge exactly what that necessarily would mean for a 5-set match, and of course, a month removed, teams have certainly improved, and looking forward to seeing how things shape up tonight. Certainly seemed to make sense that we're anticipating a tight matchup. And we're about to get started. Great crowd here at GPL Gymnasium. Sioux Valley traveling up from the Brookings area, about 45 minutes away, and GPL side is packed with lots and lots of parents and grandparents, and student section is rocking out the beach theme tonight. We're about ready to roll.
Thank you to all the game personnel for making this event possible, including officials.
Before we get started, we have a few messages from the South Dakota High School Activities Association throughout the course of the broadcast, and we'll take care of 1 or 2 of those here to start. So you want to be a good sport? If you do, you have to follow the rules, and follow them without exception. Okay, the first rule of good sportsmanship is to show respect. Rule number 2 is, see rule number 1. when you really think about it, it's not that hard to be a good sport. In a day and age where it seems that almost anything goes, there's an old-fashioned value that's still in style, and it's called respect. In sports, respect translates into sportsmanship. There's nothing wrong with treating people the way you'd like to be treated, whether it's in the gym or out in the community. Respect and sportsmanship are a way of life. All right. Everyone's fired up. We're ready to roll. Round 2, Region 2A, Sioux Valley, GPL. What more could you possibly want? Cossacks will start with the first service. This will be Caitlin Russell, and we are underway. First ball going to the back row for Jenstead. Now Cossacks go outside for Sapp. Hits the cross court shot. Now that's being hit into the block and it stays inbounds. First point to the Cossacks. Looked like Langland got her hands on that one. Her and Craddock were up for the block there. Russell serves it again. This time Panthers go outside to Carlson again. Cossack block gets a piece of it. Now they'll go into the middle and dug there by Rayworts. Pushed across by Kroll. And Cossacks do well to scramble and keep that alive, but then that one's going to go out of bounds too far. Point for the Panthers. Substitution for GPL, Emma Dornbush checking into the front row. Madeline Prawl back to serve for the Panthers. And that serve is going to float too far. Checking in for Sioux Valley, a couple of players. We have Kira Cruz and Sunny Hesby, who will go back to the service line for the Cossacks. Prawl going to Jenstead out of the back row, tipped back across by the Cossacks. Now a tip across by Cameron. Tied up against the net, now on the Panther side. This will be Carlson who hits it into the nets. So Hesby will take it back and serve it once again. Cossacks with a quick 3-1 lead here, just getting started in the first set. Prawl going, oh, miscommunication. Okay, got it across. Now the Cossacks have it in system, going to go outside. Panther block gets a piece of that hit by Sapp. And now tipped across by Cameron. Sapp hits a roll shot into the middle of Panther defense and down for a point. Hayden Sapp with her first point of the night. So Hesby serves it again. Prawl sets it up, tied up against the antenna there, and it did go outside of the antenna. That'll be another point for the Cossacks. Fast start here. Again, wondering which side would be able to control the emotions early on, and so far it's been Sioux Valley. This time the serve goes into the net, and the Panthers are able to break that run. Substitution for GPL, Lauren Hansen checking in for the Panthers. Esta Cameron to the back row to serve. Tough first serve there by Cameron. It's going to be an ace. So many students in the student section, when they jump up and down, everything's moving up here in the booth, and I can hardly keep track of my tally marks. All right, next point, Cameron serves it across. This will be Sapp on the right side, and that is long. Nice response here by the Panthers to get back into this thing quickly, 4-5. So Cameron serves it again. Cossacks scramble to send over a free ball. Now the Panthers have it in system. It'll be Jenstead into the Cossack block. Jenstead will try it again, and it gets it through, but nice dig in the back row. Sapp into the Panther block and down. Haley Carlson is there in the middle for GPL. Five to 5. Cameron continues their strong service. Now Panther block is Haley Carlson back to back. Cameron again serves a good one. Now outside for Cruz. Panthers set up Genstead. She pushes it across. Tight up against the net. Sapp pushes it over. Nice sprawling dig by Genstead. Cameron tips it across from the back row. Now it's back on the side of the Panthers. Going outside Genstead into the Cossack block and now on to Sioux Valley's side. Sapp swinging once more. Genstead back into the net. Long point there goes to the Cossacks. Myra Lentz checking into the lineup for GPL. Elise Lemmy checking into the front row for Sioux Valley as we are tied at 6. Here is Sapp with her service. Panthers go to Genstead off of the Cossack block and out of bounds. Abby Genstead with her first kill of the evening. Now serving for GPL is Kaylee Carlson. Tough serve there. Panthers are going to get a free ball. Set up Genstead, who tips it over. Abby Genstead, second kill of the set. Carlson serves another hard serve across. And down the line goes Renkley. Tipped across by Genstead. Lemmy pushes across. Panthers have it now going to Holman, blocked and sent back. Panthers send it across to Genstead. A little bit of a off-speed hit there, handled by the libero Russell. Nice sprawling dig there by Lentz, and Genstead tips it across. Another lengthy point. And pushed down off the Panther block is Cruz, scoring the point for the Cossacks. Panthers with a 1-point lead here, 8-7. Now serving for Sioux Valley is Elise Lemmy. Crawl going middle to Genstead, off of the Cossack block, and sent across. Crawl hits it into the net, and big back and forth, but eventually it falls to the floor. Madeline Crawl scoring the kill for the Panthers. That was an outstanding. I couldn't see the number of who was able to hit that ball over the net for the Cossacks. Looked like it was going to hit the floor. And not only just keep it up, but she got it over the net. That was outstanding. All right, next point. Into and down. That was number 8, Renkley, getting her first kill. They like to set her out of the middle. Pounded it through the Panther block and down. 9-8, GPL leads. This is Garrosh. Genstead from the right side. And tipped across by Langland. Now if the Panthers have it, Kate Holman hits it to the back row. And this one's going to go into the net. So a point for the Panthers. Hesta Cameron checking back in for GPL. And Abby Genstead to the back row to serve. Tight up against the net there, but the Cossacks do well to keep it alive. Now the Panthers going to Cameron, who tips it over. Nice dig there by Gorvin. Now the Panthers have it. Go to Prawl. Pushed it across. Gorvin does the same. Now Panthers have it in system, going to Cameron, and her hit's going to go a little bit out of bounds. Vincent checking into the Cossack lineup. She'll go to the back line and she'll serve this next one. So go Rayward sets up Holman and into the Cossack block and down. I believe that was Langland that got her hands on that one. Tied at 10. Making our way towards the middle of set number 1. Rayworks over to Holman again, off of the Cossack block of Peru. Tied up against the net for Sapp, and it's going to actually fall down to the Panther floor. Kaden Sapp with her second winner of the set number 1. And the Cossacks take an 11-10 lead. Rayworks goes outside to Cameron and into the Sioux Valley block. Strong net play by both teams here to start this first set. I mentioned both teams have good size all the way around, and certainly showing itself here at the beginning of this first set. Prawl punches this one across. This will be tipped across by Gorvin. Panthers scramble, keep it alive. Good job there by the libero, Jolie Lean. Go towards the student, or the fans, I should say. Sioux Valley stays on the attack. GPL keeps the point alive. Still alive, and this will be a roll shot by Jenstad. Players climbing all over themselves to keep the point alive, and eventually Panthers take that long point. There is some outstanding effort being shown on the court. Great volleyball athletes all over the place. Now Jolie Lean serves it for GPL. This will be hit by Corbin and then tipped across by Cameron. Cossacks go outside to Sapp. Shoots it down the sideline, but it's out of bounds too far wide. Solid hit there by Sapp, but it was outside the line. The Panthers have tied it back up here, 12 apiece, halfway through set number 1. Tough serve by Lean for the ace serve. Jolie Lean is the school record holder for aces this year, adding to that total there. A bit of a miscommunication there on the Cossack side. Panthers get a tip across. Now Cameron, so an angle shot handled by the Cossacks. And then strong hit there by Sapp off of the Panther block and down. Caden Sapp with kill number 3. Substitution for Sioux Valley as Craddock re-enters the lineup. And Caitlin Russell, the libero, goes back to serve. Tied at 13. Exactly what we were expecting here between these two talented teams. Okay, Rayworks to Carlson, tipped it across. Now Craddock pushes it over. And Cameron over to the Panthers. Ball finds Sapp on the left side. And Panthers go to Prawl. Again, a lengthy point here. Bit of a change-up shot there by Sapp. And into the Cossack block there goes Cameron. Ooh, a little bit of a mix-up there. Panthers just bump it across. Sets up a middle hit there. Great dig by Rayworks on the Panther end. Pushed across by Cameron. Now Sapp is going to hit one. Great defense by both teams here in the first part of this first set. It's very, very difficult for the ball to find the floor. Emma Dornbush into the Panther lineup. Madeline Prawl will serve. Panthers now with a 1-point advantage. Knuckleball serve handled by the Cossacks. Panther block is there. Now back on the Panther side. This will be Cameron. Strong hits. Pump back across on an overpass. Now Carlson with the hit that goes off to the side out of bounds. Cruz and Hesby checking in for Sioux Valley, and Hesby will be the next server. Tied at 14. Raul tracks this one down, sets up Jensen out of the back row. Tight pass up across the net. Carlson knows what to do with it. Andy Carlson with that third block of the evening. Tips it down to the side where there was no Cossack defenders. Lauren Hansen into the Panther lineup, and Esta Cameron steps back to serve. And that serve's going to go into the net. Substitutions, Myra Lenson for GPL, Addison Rankley, and Elise Lemmy in for Sioux Valley. 15-15. Sapp to serve. Panthers go over to it's Carlson. Now over to Jenstead. And tipped in the net off of the Cossack block. So even though it landed out of bounds, that'll be a point for the Panthers, a kill for Jenstead. The Cossack block didn't get a piece of that one. Point for the Panthers, now Carlson serving for GPL. Sapp out of the back row. Now the Panthers set up Jenstead. Tipped back across the Panthers side. Jenstead once more. Middle hit there. Dug by Kroll, but unable to keep it alive is Carlson. Ran out of the gym. I'm not sure if she, oh, she's smiling. Okay. There's a metal door frame there, so watch out for that. 16-16 as Lemmy serves it. This will be Jenstead out of the middle into the Cossack block. And out of bounds, just barely. Coach Carly was all over that. Communicating with their libero there, Jolie Lean. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor called by Sioux Valley. Before we do anything else, a message from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Some people believe in convenience sportsmanship. In other words, to be a good sport only when it is to their advantage. Sportsmanship isn't something you choose to do at certain times. It is something that requires constant effort. The SDHAA reminds you that good sports are winners because they understand sportsmanship in educational athletics is a full-time job. Well, we're making our way here through the first set, tight as can be, as we kind of anticipated, and the things that are standing out so far, Sioux Valley had that first five, I think it was 5-1, and really started out strong, and the Panthers were able to have a run of their own to get right back in it. And ever since, it's been back and forth, a point here, a point there. Strong blocks at the net on both sides. Good back row play, scrambling to keep points alive. Exactly what you would expect from teams of this caliber. Teams are back onto the court here, and we're ready to resume in set number one. Caitlin Rayworts will serve it. And this will be hit across by Gorvin. Now Jenstead for the Panthers towards the block, out of bounds. Abby Jenstead up to 4 kills on the first set here. Panthers with a 2-point advantage as Rayworts puts this one back into play. Out of the middle, and the block is there. Like directly was trying to go, and I believe it was Abby Jenstead that got her hands on that one. Abby Jenstead, Kate Holman up for the Panther block. We have a whistle on the service, and it would appear as though there's a lineup issue with the Cossacks. That is a rare thing to see, especially at this stage in. Okay, there is a bit of a confusion. There's not going to be a lineup issue. Looks like there's a confusion as to some of the alignment, but it looks like they're good to go, and it's a replay. So it is 19-16 GPL. Cossacks go off to the right side, and that's going to be a kill for Cruz off the Panther block. She's got 2 kills on the night. Garish checking in for the Cossacks to serve, and Langland re-enters the lineup to play front row. And into the top of the tape, and down, could not get across. So the Panthers will take that point. Esther Cameron checks back in for GPL. Abby Jenstead serving. Big strong hit by, was frankly just barely long, out of bounds. Lots of power behind that hit. Jenstead serves it again. This time hit out of the middle, tipped across. Panthers keep it off the ground. Cameron hits it into the Cossack block and down inside the line. That'll be a point for Sioux Valley. Looked as though Gorvin got her hands on that one. Vincent checks into the Cossack lineup. She'll serve. Panthers with a 3-point advantage. Shanked pass there is going to be an ace serve for Vincent. So Vincent will serve it again. This time Panthers handle it better. Crawl out of the middle, tries to tip it across, but doesn't make it. And so 2 in a row here. It's getting to be crunch time in set number 1. Who's going to make the plays? Vincent serves it again. Raywards, nice back set. Holman hits it into the net. 3 straight for Sioux Valley to tie this thing back up, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor by the Panthers. Well, tight again. What more could you ask for, right? This is dramatic finishing. I'm just starting to, over the course of our breaks in between periods, will give us some more time to really scour the state scores that are coming in this evening. Do have a final that I'm seeing right away in Region 1A. The Groton Tigers defeating Webster, and they will be moving on to the Sodak 16. They were the number 1 seed in Region 1A. All right, 21-21. Vincent will serve it again. Raywards to Prawl out of the middle, pushes it towards the back corner. Now tip down the sideline. Cameron with the hit, it's going to go out of bounds, too far. For the Cossacks. Vincent will serve it again. Cameron tries again, this time off of the Cossack block. Tip across, and Sapp's going to push this one across. Prawl over to Cameron. Bit of a whistle at the net. It's like Cossack was in the net for a net violation. Kaylee Carlson back into the Panther lineup. And Jolie Lean serves. So we hit across, and in between the Panther defenders, score a point for the Cossacks, Emma Gorvin. Cossacks take a 1-point lead, 23-22. Checking back in is Craddock. And Caitlin Russell will serve for Sioux Valley. Panthers out of system. Send across a free ball. Cossacks go into the middle, tipped, deflected back over to the Cossack side. It's going to be tied up against the net. And it's going to be net violation called on the Cossacks. A couple of net violations late here, giving the Panthers some points. Emma Dornbush back into the Panther lineup. Madeline Prohl serving, 23-23. Tough serve, Madeline Prohl. And the Panthers are at set point. Timeout, Cossacks. On the other half of the Region 2A slate, the number 1 seed Hamlin is hosting the number 4 seed Clark Willow Lake. They are playing in the second set. Hamlin won the first set and have a lead early in set number 2. In Region 3, the top seeds Del Rapids and Baltic have 1-0 set advantages. Del Rapids over West Central and Baltic over Garrettson. All right, set point. Madeline Prohl serves it. Cossacks go to Sapp, who tips it down the line. Prohl, Cameron, down for the winner. Esther Cameron with a set-point winner. GPL wins 25-23 in set number 1. What a moment for the senior. All right, we got a 3-minute break here. We're going to stay with you for, if not all of it, the majority of it. Take a look around the state once again. We'll glance into the local regions and also take a peek at Class B as well. Looks as though in Region 1A, the second game is just getting started. I mentioned already that Groton, the number 1 seed, punched their ticket to the Sodak 16. Let's see here. As I mentioned, in Region 3, number 1 seed Del Rapids, 1-0 over West Central. Number 2 seed Baltic, also 1-0 over Garrettson. In Region 4, the number 1 seed Dakota Valley has a 1-0 lead over Lennox, and a game that many people I think have their eye on, the 2-3 matchup in Region 4. Elk Point Jefferson took the first set against Sioux Falls Christian. Elk Point Jefferson is the 2 seed, Sioux Falls Christian the 3 seed. Elsewhere around the state, let's see here, what else can we take a look at? Let's take a look at Region 6, that's close-ish. If my app's gonna work here. Keeps on booting me out every time I try to take a look. Maybe it doesn't want me to look at Region 6. Let's try Class B. All right, we have a final in Region 1B. The number 1 seed Warner swept Aberdeen Christian. And currently going on right now, the number 2 seed Hitchcock Tulare leads Northwestern 2-1. And they have an advantage in the 4th set right now, about halfway through that set. Region 2B has a final as the number 1 seed Castlewood swept DeSmet. And I'm not sure if the other game has started yet. That is Wolsey Wessington against Dubrook. Region 3B, the number 1 seed Chester area defeated Sioux Falls Lutheran 3-1. And looks like Coleman Egan and Bridgewater Emory are yet to start. In Region 4B, currently going on, we have a 1-5 matchup. Gable Volan, the 1-0 lead over TDA. Trip Delmont Armor, and the 2 seed Parkston with a 1-0 lead over Freeman. Let's see if that Class A Region 6 is going to load for me now. All right, looks like I can finally see it. Miller, the 1 seed, with a 1-0 advantage over the 5 seed Platte Geddes. And the 2-3 matchup, Mobridge Pollock, the 2 seed, with a 1-0 advantage over Stanley County. All right, Panthers take set number 1. Again, this is a best of 5. First of 3 sets moves on to the Sodak 16. Panthers are playing for history tonight. They have never won this round of the playoffs. Partially in part because as a Class B school forever, they were stuck with Warner and Northwestern. And that's a tough task. Not that Class A is any easier. I've been saying it all year. Tough region in 2A, and we're seeing it on the court tonight. Panthers able to make the plays when it counted at the stretch of set number 1. Now we're on to set number 2. Sapp with the first hit on the line. Caden Sapp starts strong for the Cossacks. Couple substitutions again for Sioux Valley as Cruz plays the front row and Hesby goes back to serve. Strong serve by Hesby. Jenstead out of the back row, off of the Cossack block and down. Abby Jenstead up to 5 kills now. Madeline Prawl serves for GPL. Emma Dornbush checking into the front row. Tough serve towards the back line is going to be an ace. Madeline Prawl, her second ace of the evening. Prawl serves this one again, this time a changeup, also an ace. Could almost see that coming. The first serve was super hard and way towards the back line. Defense took some steps back and then she dropped it in right in front of them. All right, now Sapp off the right side. Nice strong hit off of the tape and down. Caden Sapp continuing to rack up kills. She's also up to 5 now. Renkley and let's see, that's Lemmy checking in for the Cossacks. And Sapp goes to the back line to serve. Prawl goes to Jenstead out of the back row. Now Lemmy off the far side, and that's going to be in. Looked like the Panther defense was hoping that was going to float out of bounds, but it falls just in front of the back line. Panthers high set off the hands of Prawl there. Now strong hit out of the middle by Renkley. And the Cossacks take a 3-4 advantage, just getting going here in the second set. Sapp continues to serve. This time it's going to go too far out of bounds. Now it's checking in for the Panthers is Lauren Hansen, and serving is Esta Cameron. This will be a strong hit off the left side there by Renkley. 2 points quickly here for Renkley in set number 2. Myra Lentz checking into the Panther lineup. And Lemmy will serve. Knuckleball serve handled by Lentz. This will be Carlson tipping it down the line. Now Gorvin down the line as well, and that's going to find some floor. Winner for Emma Gorvin. And Cossacks take a 2-point advantage here early in set number 2. This time, Prawl's going to go over on 2. Cossacks ready for it, but the pass unable to connect. And it goes under the net. Panthers will take that point. Kaylee Carlson, next server for the Panthers. And that's, just barely wide. Garish and number 11, Langland, check back into the Cossack lineup. Prawl to the middle, tipped across by Jenstead, and that's into the net and tipped across and over, but they were across the line. Yeah, can't get your body across that middle line. And great effort to keep it alive, but couldn't stay on their half of the court. Caitlin Rayworth's checking into the Panther lineup, and she'll serve it. Panthers down by 1, leading 1-0 as we play here in set number 2. This will be off to the right side for a hit by Gorvin, and it lands out of bounds. Rayworth will serve it again. Hit out of the middle, off the Panther block and down. Scored the point. Couldn't see if that was Gorvin or if that was Rankley. Might have been Rankley that time. Tough to see sometimes with all that hair between the difference between an 8 and a 9. All right, checking in is Vincent. She'll serve it for the Cossacks. And, miscommunication in the back row there. It's going to be an ace serve for Vincent. She has 2 aces on the night. This time, Rayworth will go off to the right side, and Jenstead hits it through the Cossack block and down for a point. Abby Jenstead up to 6 kills now. Cameron checking back into the front row for GPL. Jenstead back to serve. This time it'll be Sapp from the far side, and she tries to cross the angled shot, but it lands outside of the boundary. Point for the Panthers. Jenstead continues to serve. Panthers tied it up now at 9, but only momentarily as Gorvin scores another point from the right pin. Craddock checks back into the Sioux Valley lineup. And Russell will serve next. Rayworth over to Holman off the right side. Roll shot. Now a tip across by Craddock. Cameron with a roll shot. Now it'll be Sapp with a strong hit off the left side, off of lean and out of bounds. Caden Sapp continuing to rack up the kills. She's also up to 6 now. Russell's next serve is over and good. Cameron into the Cossack block and out of bounds. Esther Cameron scores another point for the Panthers. Now checking in is Kaylee Carlson, and service by Jolie Lean. Ball goes outside to Sapp. This time a roll shot. Carlson out of the middle, swings hard, and it goes out of bounds. Cruz and Hesby checking in for Sioux Valley as they take a 12-10 advantage about halfway through set number 2. And that serve is going to be a little bit out of bounds off the left side there. Dornbush checks back into the Panther lineup. She'll play in the front row. Madeline Prawl will serve it. Cossacks out of system, gonna push across. Prawl goes outside to Cameron, off of the Cossack block and down. That's to Cameron. A couple points here at short succession in set number 2. Panthers have rallied back to tie it at 12. Prawl with another strong serve towards the back line. Panthers get another push across. This will be Carlson tipping it over. Cossacks are ready for it. Now Craddock with a roll shot into the middle. And Cameron hits it towards the back corner. Now strong swing there by Sapp. Nice job of lean just to get a hand on it, but it falls to the floor. Kaden Sapp with another kill. She's got 4 in set number 2 already. Now she'll step to the back line to serve, as the Cossacks have a 1-point advantage. Jump serve by Sapp is over and good. Carlson into the Cossack block. Dornbush hits it across, and that's going to be out of bounds. There was some space over there, but it just couldn't get down fast enough. And the Cossacks resume their 2-point advantage they had earlier in the set. Off the tape and over for Sapp. Panthers go to Jenstead out of the back row. Tipped and tipped again, and then back onto the Cossack side. Punched across. Now the Panthers in system will go to Cameron. Tipped across and then tipped by Carlson. Ping-ponging back and forth. Put it on a bit of a platter there for Carlson, who was able to find the floor. Kaylee Carlson scores her first kill of the evening. Lauren Hansen checking in for GPL. Esther Cameron serves. This will be a roll shot that's going to be finding some floor. The epitome of not where you hit it, or not how hard you hit it, but where you hit it, as Rankley scores that one for the Cossacks. Alice Lemmy now will serve for Sioux Valley. That's going to be tight up against the net, and overpass. Gorvin ready to send that back to the floor. Her second block of the evening. Sioux Valley now with a 3-point advantage, 16-13. This will be Carlson off the right side, and that's going to be too far out of bounds. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Sioux Valley leading midway through the second period, 17-13, timeout GPL. Another message from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Coaches should set a good example for contestants and fans, always exemplifying the highest moral and ethical behavior. Participants should treat opponents with respect and shake hands prior to and after contests. Fans should be fans, not fanatics. Sportsmanship. It is vital to the success of the further existence of educational athletic programs. We have 2 outstanding coaches in the gym tonight. Mentioned we talked to Jill Vincent before the match. Jacqueline Carley for the Panthers in her 3rd year has really grown the program over the course of time. And we're seeing it show up here on the court this evening. So, set number 2, 17-13. Cossacks with the lead. Lemmy ready to serve and get things going again. Here we go. Prall's going to go over to Jenstead, who hits a cross-court winner. Abby Jenstead continuing to score for the Panthers. She's up to 7 kills. Now serving for the Panthers will be Kaylee Carlson. Hit out to the far side by Gorvin. Punched across by Prall, but it's going to be too far out of bounds. Garish checking in for the Cossacks serve. And Langland to play the front row. Prall's going to go outside to Holman off the Cossack block. This will be Langland, and that's going to find the floor. Off the Panther block, Lacey Langland with her first kill of the match. This is the largest lead of the evening for Sioux Valley, 19-14. Prall to Jenstead out of the middle. Cossack block is there. Play continues as Prall goes towards the far left corner. Now off to the far side. Nice dig there by Lentz, keeping that alive. and out of bounds. Cossacks want a touch. Doesn't look like they're going to get one. So the Panthers will take that one, 15-19 the current score as Caitlin Rayworts checks back in. And she'll do the serving honors for GPL. This will be an attack from the right side by Renkley off of the defenders for the Panthers and out of bounds. Yes, okay. Looking at the rest, making sure that we got the signals down. Yes, off of the Panther defenders, and that'll be a point for the Cossacks. We're now 5 points away in set number 2. We have a momentary pause for the referees to make sure everything is on the up and up, and now we're back to action. This is going to be tight up against the net. Joust at the net. Stays alive. Now Rayworts goes across to Jenstead, who rips one down the line for a winner. Abby Jenstead continuing to play with the hot hand for the Panthers. Esther Cameron checking into the front row for GPL as Jenstead goes to the back line to serve. Panthers down 4. Lots of energy in the gym, both sides highly represented here, and it's been a fun atmosphere as Gorvin continues her solid play here in set number 2. She's up to 3 kills just in this set alone, finding some space between the Panther defenders in the back row. Craddock checks back in, and Russell set to serve for Sioux Valley. Rayworts going to Jenstead out of the back row. Cossack block, got a piece of it, so play continues. And then a block by Kate Holman at the nets. Kate Holman recording her first block of the evening. A solo block. Maybe that'll be an important point coming down the stretch here. It seemed as though Sioux Valley was in control of that point. Jolie Lean with the next service that floats a little bit out of bounds. That's a rare thing for her. Cruz checking into the front row. Esby back to serve for Sioux Valley. 17-22. We will check scores around the state here at the end of set number 2. That's going to be tight up against the nets. And now on Sioux Valley's side, Sapp off the Panther block. Cameron hits it across for the Panthers. Now back to Sapp, who has hit a tight angled shot as that set was a bit out of bounds. Pushed across by Prahl. And a tough roll shot there. And the Panthers are going to be unable to get that across. Sapp with a good placement on that one. She has 5 kills on this set. Panthers are going to take a timeout here as the Cossacks lead 23-17. All right, let's see what's going on around the state here. We'll start in Region 1A. All right, we'd have a set complete now between Aberdeen-Roncalli, the 2 seed, and Millbank, the 6 seed, and Millbank won the first set. In Region 2, the other half of the bracket, Hamlin has a 2-0 advantage against Clark Willow Lake. Those two met up just recently and played a 5-set match in Willow Lake, I believe they were playing. But Hamlin with a 2-0 lead here tonight. In Region 3A, Baltic with a 2-0 lead over Garrettson. We'll check more regions at the break between the periods. All right, Rayworts over to Cameron, who tips it over. Pushed across on 2. Panthers able to get a hand on it, keep it alive. This will be Craddock off the right side. Now Cameron for the Panthers. And over to the far side, Sapp off the Panther block. Panthers have to bump it across. That sets up Sioux Valley in system. Great dig there by Jolie Lean. And the Panthers are going to get the point. Off the Panther block goes Esther Cameron. Great all-around team point there. Defense transitioning to offense. Panthers get a point they desperately need if they want to try to come back in set number 2. Emma Dornbush checking in for the Panthers. Madeline Prawl back to serve. This will be Sapp off the right side, and that hits the line judge. Out of bounds. No flinching, just took it. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Cossacks. All right, gives us another minute to take a look at some more scores. All right, so we mentioned in Region 3A, Del Rapids has already won. They won in straight sets over West Central. Baltic has a 2-0 advantage over Garrettson. In 4A, Dakota Valley with a 2-0 advantage. Elk Point Jefferson and Sioux Falls Christian are tied at 1 set apiece. All right. What else can we see here? Let's go to Class B. All right, we have a final now. 2 finals. Warner advancing and Hitchcock-Tulare advancing, winning 3-1 over Northwestern. Panthers saw that Hitchcock-Tulare team early in the season. They were impressive. All right. Madeline Prawl puts the ball back into play. Cossacks a little bit confused as to who's going to take that second hit, but they get it over. Now Cameron tips it across. Ball goes to Sapp. She's had the hot hand, one of the many hot hands for the Cossacks this set. She'll get another crack at it here, and this one's going to go too far out of bounds. 1 point at a time. Prawl serves it again. This one, it's going to be a little bit too far. So Cossacks are at set point here, 24-20, and it will be Sapp to serve. Prawl struggles just to get there. Panthers get a free ball. Now Cossacks in system looking for the second set win. Tipped across. Now Carlson hits it into the net, and the Cossacks will take set number 2, 25-20. And we are tied up at 1 set apiece. All right, what else can we see here? Let's go to Region 2B. The second match is underway now. We mentioned that Castlewood won in straight sets over De Smet. Woolsey Wessington took the first set against Dubrook area. That's the 2-3 matchup in Region 2B. Region 3B, mentioned that Chester area is on to the Sodak 16 with a 3-1 win over Sioux Falls Lutheran. Do not see a score reported yet between Coleman Egan and Bridgewater Emory. Let's see, what else can we see here? Every time I try to hit Region 6, the app shuts down. I don't know if it's my internet connection or what. All right, over to Class A again. Region 5, the 1 seed Mount Vernon Plankinton up 2-0 on Bonham. And in the 2-3 matchup, Hanson, the 2 seed, and Wagner, the 3 seed, are tied at 1 set apiece. My phone does not like Region 6. Every time I try to hit Region 6, it goes away. Let's try it one more time. Nope, not going to work. All right, we'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with set number 3 in just a minute. All right, welcome back. We are about set number 3. And Cossacks will be the ones to start. And first serve's going to go into the net. Just looking at some of the stats between set number 1 and set number 2, especially for the Sioux Valley Cossacks, a much more balanced attack. 5 kills between Sapp and Rankley, as well as 3 from Gorvin, really leading the way on offense for the Cossacks. All right, this will be Jenstead for the Panthers. Now Cossacks go outside for Sapp. Sprawling dig by Lean. Change of pace there from the back row by Jenstead. Over to Sapp again. Great dig once again by Lean, but this time it's going to hit the net out of bounds outside of the antenna. So Sapp gets her first kill of set number 3. I think a key for the Panthers is to get some other hitters besides Jenstead going, whether that's Carlson or Cameron, or that'll work. Madeline Pro is trying to keep the ball alive. Puts that ball where there's no Cossack defenders and keeps it in bounds. Prowl scoring the point for the Panthers. Now serving for the Panthers is Esther Cameron. This will be Sapp from the right side, off of the Panther block and out of bounds. So Caden Sapp with 2 quick kills here in set number 3. Another thing that'll be interesting, assuming this is a long match, which we don't know, it's tied obviously at 1-1, so we're playing 4 at least. I wonder how many lengthy matches these two teams have had. They have outstanding records and some short nights throughout the year for sure, especially on the Panther side. So as the match continues, will stamina be an issue? Nothing wrong with that one there for Abby Jenstead. She continues to rack up the kills. Kate Holman checking in for the Panthers. Kaylee Carlson, the server. This is tipped across by Rankley. Panthers give the ball over to Jenstead. She hits a roll shot and miscommunication between the Cossacks. Ball falls between several defenders right in the middle there. Cossacks trying to work it out right now before we get to the next point. Panthers with 4-2 advantage. Then the miscommunication between the Cossacks as to who takes that next hit. And that's going to be another point for the Panthers. We have a timeout on the floor early here. Cossacks trying to work those details out. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, 5-2, Panthers with the lead here early in set number 3. A pivotal set as we're playing the best of 5 with the right to go to the Sweet 16, the Sodak 16, I should say. And strong response by the Cossacks out of the timeout. They go to Rankley off the left side for her first point of the set. She's now up to 7 kills this evening. Lemmy will be the next server for Sioux Valley. Panthers out of system here, going to send over a free ball. Cossacks with the opportunity to be in system, and they're going to go to Lenke out of the middle. And Jenstead down for the Panthers. Abby Jenstead continuing to rack up the points for GPL. Caitlin Raywarts will check into the lineup, and she will be the server for the Panthers. Cossacks go off here to the right side, pushed across, and now Panthers go to Genstead, tries to tip it across, but Hesby was ready for that. Tipped across on the other side and off of Rayworts and out of bounds. Score one for, I believe that was Gorvin that tipped that one over for the Cossacks. Garish checking in for the Cossacks to serve it. Panthers with a 6-4 lead early in set number 3. Raywert sets up Genstead, pushes it into the block, and the Panthers push it across. Nope, it goes into the net. So a couple points in a row here for the Cossacks. And into the net, and Panthers unable to keep it alive. Garish serving strong for Sioux Valley, now tied up at 6. Rayworts going to Holman, tips it across. Corbin was ready for it. And a bit of a change of pace there, finds the floor, Lacey Langland. So Garish will serve it once more. This is going to be tight up against the net. Rayworts does really well to stay out of the net, but now it's over to the Cossack side. This hit, though, is going to go out of bounds long. Langland trying for 2 points in a row. Could not find the floor that time. Esther Cameron checking into the front row for GPL as Abby Genstead goes back to serve it. Cossacks going to the right side here for Rankley, who hits it straight down into the floor. Score one for Rankley and the Cossacks. Vincent checks in, and she will be the next server. Again, tight in the third, as it's been all night between these two outstanding volleyball clubs. Prawl with the push across. Great dig there in the back row by the libero, Russell. That looked like it was ticketed for the court. Play continues, and Cameron's going to hit that one out of bounds. This time the Panthers go to Cameron once more. She pushes it across. Cossacks set up Sapp. Bit of a change up on that hit. Now Genstead out of the back row, and that's inbounds, finding some space along that far sideline. Abby Genstead scored another one. She's up to 4 kills already in this set alone. 12 on the evening for Abby Genstead. Jolie Lean with an ace serve. Nice floating serve that just kind of died towards that back line and fell inbounds. And the Panthers have come back to tie it at 9. Lean will try again. This time the Cossacks handle her serve. And it'll be Sapp who tips it across. Now hit across by Prawl and tries to hit it across court, and that's going to be too far out of bounds. Craddock checking back in for Sioux Valley. And Caitlin Russell will serve it. Raywert sets up Carlson. Her shot's a roll shot handled by the Sioux Valley back line. Craddock into the Panther block and down. Looked like Esther Cameron got her hands on that one. And that ties things up again at 10. Emma Dornbush checking in for front row play for the Panthers as Madeline Prawl will serve. Tough serve there by Prawl. Tipped across by the Cossacks. Genstead out of the back row. Again, finding some line on that far side. Back row attack. Works for Genstead. So Madeline Prawl will serve this one again. Knuckling serve handled by the Cossacks. Strong swing there, but nice dig by Jolie Lean. Free ball sent across. Cossacks in system. Going to go outside to Sapp once more. Bit of a change of pace. Great sprawling dig by Jenstead. Prahl shoots that back corner, but just a little bit outside. Point for the Cossacks. Great effort keeping that ball alive multiple times there by the Panthers. It's pretty evident who each side wants swinging it. Jenstead for the Panthers, Sapp for the Cossacks. We are tied 11-11. Set number 3, a pivotal set as we're tied at 1 set apiece. Prahl to Carlson, and that's into the Cossack block and down. I believe it was Sapp that got her hands on that one. Carlson didn't have much to do with, I don't have anywhere to go with that one. That one was up against the net pretty tight. So Hesby serves it again. And it'll be Jenstead with the change of pace off the back row. Hit the tape, hit the Cossack defender, and eventually fell to the floor. Abby Jenstead continuing to score points for the Panthers. Lauren Hansen into the front row for GPL. Esta Cameron will serve. Cossacks go outside. Tight angle shot there. Works for a point. Kira Cruz scoring for the Cossacks. Myra Lentz back into the back row for GPL. Rankley and Lemmy into the front row for the Cossacks. Sapp will do the serving. This will be back set over to Carlson. And now a tight angled shot. It's going to be his point for the Cossacks again. Cruz back to back scoring for the Cossacks. Panther defense was there, just not able to handle that hit. Next serve, into the top of the net. Be a service error, and Panthers will take that point. Holman back in for the Panthers. Carlson will serve it. Panthers down 1 here, 13-14, midway through the third. Strong serve by Carlson. Pushed across by the Cossacks. Panthers have a tough time dealing with that one. Free ball across. Now the Cossacks have options. They'll go into the middle. Panther block is there. Oh, it just missed that line. Holman got her hands on it. But Rankley hit it just hard enough to fly out of bounds off of the block. All right, this will be Jenstead out of the back row. Now set up in the middle. Panther block is there. Oh! Panther block got a piece of it. Deflected right over to a Cossack player who bumped it across. And then the Panthers didn't know who was going to take that first hit across. Seems like a pivotal point here. Now it's a 3-point advantage. Panthers need a side out. And they'll go to Jenstead for that. And tries that far near corner. Cossack defense keeps it alive. And Gorvin with the kill down the sideline. Panthers are going to take a timeout here as the Cossacks have opened up a 4-point lead, 17-13. Another message from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Pretend for a moment that you are the only person in attendance at a high school game or match. Would your behavior include ridiculing impressionable 14 to 17-year-olds, openly second-guessing coaches, and berating officials? Probably not. So, the next time you are in a crowd at a contest, act as if you are the only fan in the stands and encourage the participants in a positive manner. Well, as we are making our way here through the third set, Jenstead with 6 kills for the Panthers just in this set alone. The only other kill is by Madeline Prahl, and that was on a desperation bump that went into the right spot. I think as nice as it is that Jenstead's scoring a lot of points, Panthers need some points from other places. Holman, Cameron, Carlson, they've been big scorers all year, and probably going to need them to continue that as we move throughout the evening. This will be tipped across, and that's Jenstead pushing it through the Cossack block. Abby Jenstead with 7 kills this set and 15 kills on the evening. Caitlin Rayworth's now serving for GPL. This will be a middle attack. Sat on the net and fell to the Panther side, and a lift was called once it came over on the Panther side, so the Cossacks will take that one. Langland and Garish checking in for the Cossacks. Garish serves it. Tough serve. Great sprawling effort there by Lean. Panthers get a free ball now in system. Rayworth has options. She's going to go outside to Genstead. Once again, off of the Cossack block and out of bounds. Abby Genstead tooling the block once more. 8 kills this set alone for Abby. Esther Cameron into the front row. Abby Genstead will serve. This will be off the right side by Renkley. Panthers sending over a free ball. Sioux Valley opportunity to tackle once more out of the middle. And Renkley finds the floor. Renkley is now up to 10 kills on the evening as well. Only one in the first set, has really come alive these last 2 sets, and one of the factors of how the Cossacks won the second set and are ahead here in the third. Panthers having it back on their side now, right up against the top of the net. Holman tips it across. Now Sapp into the Panther block, and Kate Holman and Madeline Brawl set up that block for the Panthers. I believe it was Holman that got her hands on it. So the Panthers down 3, in need of a little bit of a run, and this is a rotation that they've had a lot of success at throughout the year with Jolie Lean serving. Prawl pushes it across on 2. Now Gorvin off the Panther block. Rayward sets up Cameron. Bit of a change of pace. Pancaked by Sapp and kept alive by the Cossacks. Panther bench thought it was down, but play continues. Panthers have it back on their side again in system. Carlson smashes this one off of the defenders, and finally the Panthers take that point. Kaylee Carlson gets the kill. Jolie Lean continues to serve. This time a changeup. This one does touch the floor. Ace serve, Jolie Lean at the most important time. Panthers back to within 1. This time a fastball by Lean. Overpass, tipped, kept alive. Overpass again, smashed down. Kaylee Carlson. Time out Cossacks. We are tied at 19 and the gym is going crazy. Just when the Panthers looked like they were losing connection with the Cossacks, I think it was 4 points. They were down at middle of the set here. Panthers responding. High energy plays. And again, there we'll see a couple points in a row by Carlson, excuse me. There's that offense that we were looking for from other places besides Genstead. And we're in the same spot that we were in set number 1. Tight, going down the stretch. Who's going to make the plays? Lots of energy in the gym. Panther fans, Cossack fans, both sides well represented here this evening. Totally understandable why. This is an outstanding volleyball match we have going on here. Glad you could join us. Teams are back on the court and we're ready to resume. Jolie Lean continues to serve for GPL. Cossacks go over to Sapp. Panthers able to send it across, and it'll be Genstead this time again. And over to Sapp. Down the line and in. Caden Sapp gives the Cossacks the lead once again. That's her 3rd kill in set number 3. Now serving for the Cossacks is Caitlin Russell. Prahl goes to Jenstead, who will push this one across. Bunch of Cossacks bump into each other, but the ball stays alive. Panther block is ready for that hit by Sapp. Cossacks try the other side. Sprawling defense by the Panthers, and they're able to keep the ball alive. But now the Cossacks have it in system. Panther block is there to deny that middle attack. Kaylee Carlson making plays down the stretch of set number 3. Tied again at 20. Emma Dornbush subbed in for front row play for the Panthers. Madeline Prahl tries a change-up drop shot almost on that serve. Now the Panthers going to bump it across themselves. And Sapp down the line, great dig by Lean. Cameron off of the defender's hands and out of bounds. That's the Cameron, who had a big kill to win set number 1 with a big point there to give the Panthers a 21-20 advantage. Prahl continues to serve. Sapp once more, tips it this time. Prahl's there to dig that. And Cameron, bit of a change of pace hit this time. And hit into the Panther block and down for a point for the Cossacks. That was looking for a number 6. That was Alemi. She has 2 kills on the evening. An important time to score one there for the Cossacks. Hesby back to serve it now as we're tied at 21. Crunch time, set number 3. Prahl's going to go to Jenstead out of the back row. Bit of a mishandle there by the Cossacks. Now the Panthers go to Carlson, who hits it off of the block, tipped across and pushed back over. Pushed across again. Settled down now by the Panthers. It'll be Cameron, who's going to hit it out of bounds too far. High intensity moments here between the two sides. This will be a slide attack. Carlson. And there's going to be a touch called. It did look a little funky going across the net. And the Panthers will take that point. Credit Kaylee Carlson with the kill. There's about 500 referees in the gym there calling either touch or no touch, depending on what side you were on. Panthers get the point, tied up at 22. Now the Cossacks go to, let's see there, that was Cruz. And Panthers unable to keep that ball alive. It'll be a point for the Cossacks. They'll take a 23-22 advantage. Myra Lentz checks into the back row for GPL. Caden Sapp ready for this service for the Cossacks. Prahl goes to Jenstead, who pushes it towards the back row. Now a roll shot down the sideline, out of bounds. Close, but just beyond the boundary there. Panthers tie it back up at 23. Kate Holman into the Panther lineup. Kaylee Carlson will serve it. Pushed across there on for the Cossacks. Abby Jenstead tips it across, sprawling effort to keep it alive, but then Kate Holman is there to send it back on the block for GPL. Panther block showing up big once again. 24-23, set point GPL. Carlson's next serve goes too far out of bounds. Elise Lemmy will be the next server. We are at 24-24. We're playing extra points. Why not, right? Why not? This will be an overpass, but at least it stays in bounds. Tip across, Lentz with a nice dig. Pushed across by Prahl. Now Gorvin, nice dig by Lean. Cossacks have it on their side once more. This will be Cruz. And Jensted with the roll shot. Long point, very important point, obviously. That ball goes up into the ceiling and straight down, and be a point for the Panthers. Kill for Cruz. Set point, Sioux Valley. This will be Jensted off of the Cossack block. Cruz pushes it across. Off of the tape and down. Madeline Prahl can't even believe it. (25-25). Caitlin Rayworth's checking in to serve it for the Panthers. Ooh, bit of a miscommunication on that serve. Gorvin's gonna hit it out of bounds. Feel like the roof is gonna come off this place, folks. Caitlin Rayworth serves it. Set point again for GPL. This is hit off the back and dug well by Lean. Panthers go to Jensted off of the block and down for a point. Cruz gets her hands on that hit by Jensted. We're tied again, 26-26. Next server for Sioux Valley is going to be Garish. Rayworth goes over to Prahl, who hits it down the line. Now into the Panther block, and ricocheting off Panther blockers is going to be a point for Sioux Valley. Credit Langland with her second point of the set. And it's set point Sioux Valley. Jensted, the roll shot. Sioux Valley has it. Going to go outside to Gorvin. Into the net. Bounce back and forth. The joust at the net. Blocked by Holman. Kate Holman coming up big in set number 3 with some crucial blocks. And we're tied at 27. Abby Jensted will be the next server for GPL. And when you get to this point in the match, there is a limit on how many substitutions you can have. Wonder if that will be a factor as we make our way to extra points here. Cossacks will go outside into the nets. Oop, they call a touch there by the block. Rayworth to Cameron, tipped across, and now push between two defenders, and a miscommunication at the worst time for the Panthers. Set point once again for Sioux Valley. Rankley will be the server. Pushed across and finding the line for a winner for Sioux Valley, 29-27. So the pivotal third set goes to Sioux Valley, 29-27. High intensity moments there for many, many minutes. The teams and the fans need a breather. Let's check things around the state. All right, starting off in Class A, we'll do things in order here. Region number 1. Looks like Aberdeen Roncalli took the second set to tie up that match with Millbank 1 set apiece. It's a final in Hamlin. Hamlin defeating Clark Willow Lake 3-0, so they will advance to the SODAC 16. We have final scores in Region 3A. Straight set wins for the 1 and 2 seeds, Del Rapids and Baltic, defeating West Central and Garrettson. Region 4, we are going to a 5th set between the number 1 seed Dakota Valley and the number 5 seed Lennox. And in the 2-3 matchup, Sioux Falls Christian, the 3 seed, has a 2-set-to-1 advantage over Elk Point Jefferson. In Region 5, Mount Vernon Plankinton has defeated Bonham 3-0. The 2 seed Hanson with a 2-sets-to-1 advantage over Wagner. In Region 6, the number 1 seed Miller is on to the Sodak 16. They defeated Platte Geddes in straight sets. And Mobridge Pollock is also through with a straight set victory over Stanley County. Let's see here. What else can we see? Let's take a glimpse at Class B as well. Maybe, if the app's going to load. There we go. All right, in Region 1, we have 2 finals. Warner in straight sets over Aberdeen Christian, and Hitchcock-Tulare 3-sets-to-1 over Northwestern. In Region 2, Castlewood is through, straight sets over DeSmet. Woolsey-Wessington, the 2 seed, has a 2-sets-to-0 advantage over Dubrook. Chester area is through, defeating Sioux Falls Lutheran 3-1. Coleman-Egan has a 1-0 advantage now. They are playing in the 2nd set over Bridgewater Emory. In Region 4B, Parkston, the 2 seed, is through. Gayville Volin looks like they just knocked off TDA 3-sets-to-1. So let's look at some of the matches around here. We are on to set 4. Cossacks leading 2-sets-to-1. Statistical leaders in the kills category for the Cossacks so far. Kaden Sapp, she is now at 10 kills, as is Addison Rankley. Emma Gorvin now up to 7, and Kira Cruz with 5. Jolie Lean starts set number 4 off, serving for the Panthers. Rayworth's now going to go over to Cameron, who hits a strong hit off of the Cossack, blocking down. Esther Cameron providing some offense for the Panthers. Again, for the Panthers side, Abby Jenstead has 16 kills, Madeline Prawl with 4, Kaylee Carlson with 4, and Esther Cameron now up to 6. It's a strong hit off the right side by Langland. Lacey Langland scoring for Sioux Valley. Sunny Hesby goes back to serve this one now for Sioux Valley. Sioux Valley looking to close the match out. Panthers looking to force a 5th and deciding set. Overpass on the set this time, sent back by the Cossacks. Looked like Cruz got her hands on that one. After a long set number 3, it'll be interesting to see how people handle their emotions here at the first third of this set, I would say. Can the Panthers regroup, or will the Cossacks take it and run with it? Lengthy point here. This will be Jenstead into the Cossack block. Can Lean get it back over? No, not able to make it across the net. So Cossack block strong there. That was Cruz again, the 6-foot senior, playing big at the net. Cossacks now up to 9 blocks. Panthers with 10 blocks on the evening. This time it'll go over. Prawl's going to push this one across for GPL. And Cossacks go to Sapp, tips it across. Prawl sets it all the way across the net. Dug over. Back to the Panther side. Lean out of the back row, off of the block and down. Jolie Lean scoring a point for the Panthers. Not something we typically see, but in the fourth set, when you need it, all things are on the table, including a libero hitting a winner off the back line. All right, Cossacks going out to the far side. That's Cruz, tied up against the net, tipped over by Carlson for a point. Kaylee Carlson, good awareness that that ball was going to be coming down near the net, and before it made its way over, she was able to get her hands on it. Madeline Prawl serves a short one. This will be Sapp off the right side, going with the angled shot. Jenstead will take this one from the back row. And pushed across. Now the Panthers have it again. It'll be into the Cossack block and down. Cruz getting her hands on another one. Cruz playing the middle there. Setting up a strong block for the Cossacks, who now take a 4-3 advantage here, just getting started here in the fourth set. Sapp hits this one. It's going to go into the net for a service error. And Lauren Hansen checks into the lineup for GPL. Esta Cameron will serve. Tough serve, dug well there by the libero. That was Russell. Tipped across by Jenstead. Cruz pushes it across. Jenstead goes over on two with a roll shot. And off the Panther block goes Lemmy. Jenstead rears back and rips it into the Cossack block. Combination of Cruz and Rankley there. Not sure which one got their hands on it. One of the things that, and this makes sense with such quality of play, but there's not been substantial runs. Lots of side outs. Panthers looking for one right here as they go to Carlson, and she finds some space in the back row. Kaylee Carlson coming alive here in the second half of the match. She is now, she is up to 6 kills on the evening, and now she'll serve it. Cruz into, eventually it fell anyway, but I'm not sure if Prawl got her hands on that or not. It was called that it hit the floor. Cruz scores the point for the Cossacks. Now serving for Sioux Valley will be Garish. Prawl to Jenstead through the Cossack block. Now Langland for the Cossacks. Jenstead tips it into the Cossack block. Prawl goes over on two. Difficult set there, and it's going to be a hit out of bounds. Looked like the setter stumbled there. Garish trying to get that. Hold on, we have a touch call. That's interesting. It seemed as that ball was well over the net. Controversial call goes the way of the Cossacks, but then the next serve goes out of bounds. Checking in for the Panthers is Caitlin Raywerts. She'll serve. Strong hit off the right side by Rankley, scoring her first point of set number 4. Vincent checking in for the Cossacks to serve, as Sioux Valley has a 2-point advantage here early in set 4. Of course, Sioux Valley looking to move on with a 3-set victory here. Panthers looking to extend to a 5th set. Tipped across by Holman. Panthers scrambling to get this across, and they do. Now Cossacks go to the outside for Sapp. And now Jenstead from the other side, ripped down the middle, and Abby Jenstead back into the scorers column here. 17 kills now for the junior. Esther Cameron checking in for the Panthers. Abby Jenstead back to serve. Cossacks going outside to Sapp again. Panthers get some hands on that one. Tipped across into the net, unable to get it across. So the Panthers with a nice little mini run there to tie things back up at 8. Every time that Sioux Valley takes a little bit of an advantage, the Panthers have had an answer. Prawl shoots that far back corner, nicely read there by the libero Russell. Panther libero is able to keep it alive, and it's going to be a lift called on the Panthers. Good effort. But a lift violation called as the Panthers tried to keep it off the floor. Okay, Russell will serve it for Sioux Valley. Panthers go off to the right side, Holman with a nice hit. Tipped across by the Cossacks, now back on their side. And a bump across. Tip over by Prawl, trying to catch the defense sleeping, but they were there, but a net violation then called on Sioux Valley. Panthers tied up once more. Kaylee Carlson into the front row. Jolie Lean back to serve. 9-9, pivotal fourth set for the Panthers. Strong serve by Jolie Lean is going to be an ace. Jolie Lean with her 4th ace this evening. Lean will serve this one again. Strong serve, too strong this time actually. Floats out of bounds. Cruz and Hesby's checking back into the lineup for Sioux Valley. Rayworth's going to the outside, and off of the Cossack block and down is Kaylee Carlson. She leads the Panthers with 3 kills in set number 4 right now. And the Panthers have regained the lead 11-10. Madeline Prawl will be the next server. Panthers will get a free ball out of this. Prawl's got options, going to go across to Cameron. A little bit of an off-speed hit there. Oh, another free ball, and this time the Panthers unable to figure out who's going to take it. We've seen that a couple of times here. Kind of a rarity this year. Not a time you want to see that happen. 11-11. Sapp back to serve for the Cossacks. Prawl tips it over and just out of bounds. Ooh, there was space. She had the defense fooled. Inches out of bounds. This one goes into the net by Sapp, and that ties things back up at 12. Lauren Hansen back into the Panther lineup. Esther Cameron serving. Cossacks push this one across. And ooh, a miscommunication between the Panther hitters. They do get it across. Cossacks also a little bit not on the same page. This time, Jenstead hits it into the Cossack block, but the Panthers keep it alive. Now Sioux Valley with it on their side. Tipped across, handled by the Panthers, and off of Cossack defender, and it's going to work out for a point for the Panthers. It's kind of a sloppy point all the way around, but the Panthers will take it, and they will take a 13-12 advantage here in a set they need. Hesby going outside and through some Panther defenders and down for a point for Lemmy. Sometimes those hits that are not rockets are the ones that catch the defense off their guard, and that time it worked out for the Cossacks. Now Lemmy will serve it. Crawl hits it right up on top of the net. Waiting for it is Renkley. She gets her second kill. That probably is a block, I suppose. Nothing official up in the booth, just my chicken scratch. All right, Prawl pushes this one across on 2. Cruz through the double block of the Panthers and down. Kira Cruz scoring a couple of points here in set number 4. She now has 7 on the evening. So the Cossacks have a 2-point advantage now. Tied up against the net from Prawl, and Jensen can't get that one over. Panthers are going to take a timeout, down 3 in a pivotal set 4. Another word from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Some people say trash talk in sports is harmless, just part of the game. That may be true in college or professional sports, but in high school athletics, educational athletics, showing that kind of disrespect can get you kicked out of a game. It's a punishment that fits the crime. Games are meant to be played, not talked. All right. 16-13, the Cossacks lead. Panthers have always had an answer for the Cossacks all evening. Panthers have had matches or sets where it hasn't looked good at times, and then all of a sudden they go on a nice run. They certainly have it in them. The question is, do they have one more in them? 1 point at a time. Lemmy puts the ball back into play. Carlson on the nice back set. Off of the Cossack defender and down. Kaylee Carlson up to 4 kills on this 4th set alone. Exactly the answer that Coach Carley was looking for out of that timeout. Nice side out. Now Carlson will serve it. Panthers down 2. Tough serve by Carlson. Gorvin hits it through the block and down. May have even been a net violation on the Panthers. Regardless, point for Sioux Valley. Checking in to serve now is Garish. Prawl going to Lentz, who tries to hit it over but doesn't make it across. Sioux Valley now with a 4-point advantage. Garish serves it again. Prawl to Jenstead. We have a whistle for a lift. And timeout on the floor. Panthers used up their second timeout. Glance around things around the state, see about the matches that are not final or were not final at last check. Let's see here, in Region 1, they're playing in the 4th set. Aberdeen Roncalli with a 2-1 advantage over Millbank. Region 3 is finished. Del Rapids and Baltic are through. Region 4 is finished. Dakota Valley does prevail in 5, beating Lennox 3-2. Sioux Falls Christian completes the 3-2 upset over Elk Point Jefferson. All right, we are back to the action. Garish continues to serve. Panthers go to Jenstead. That's a good idea. Abby Jenstead out of the middle. Straight down. Caitlin Raywitz comes back into the Panther lineup to serve. Panthers down 4. Just take it 1 point at a time. Cossacks going to the far side for Langland. Panthers going to Genstead off of the Cossack block and down. Abby Genstead scores another one. 16-19 Cossacks. Raywert serves it again. Cossacks go to Lemke off the right side. Renkley, I should say. Now off the far side, out of bounds. Langland too much on that one. 17-19 Cossacks. Raywert serves it again. So it'll be a strong hit off of Renkley. Panther block was ready for it. Now tipped across by Holman. Down for a point. Kate Holman finding some floor. Her first kill of the set. Time out Sioux Valley. Nice response there by the Panthers, right when they needed it. Senior leadership. Both sides have 6 seniors, and they are playing their hearts out. All right, what else can we see here real quick? Looking around the state, well, only if the app's gonna show me stuff here. All right, in Region 5A, Mount Vernon, Plankinton, and Hanson are through. They're the 1 and 2 seeds. Let's see, let's go over to Class B, see what we can find. Warner and Hitchcock-Tulare, I think we mentioned both of them already. They're through. Region 2B, Castlewood and Wolseley-Wessington are through. Chester area and Coleman-Egan and Bridgewater-Emory are still playing. Coleman-Egan does lead 2-0. All right. 18-19, Cossacks the slim advantage. Rayworts continues to serve. This will be Langland. Panther block is there. Cossacks try again. Langland into the Panther block. Crawl keeps it alive. Now Genstead from the left side. Cossacks go middle off of the Panthers blockers and down. Big kill there for Addison Renkley. Checking in to serve for the Cossacks will be Vincent. Cossacks lead 20-18. Rayworts to Genstead, off of the defender and out of bounds. Abby Genstead continues to rack up points. Genstead is now up to, I think that's 20 kills, if I'm counting my tally marks right. Esther Cameron back in for the Panthers. Cossacks lead by 1. Hit out of the middle by Langland, off of lean and out of bounds. Strong hits here in the 4th set on both sides. Now serving for the Cossacks, Caitlin Russell. Rayworts to Prawl, pushes this one across, as do the Cossacks. Panthers with it now on their side. Rayworts to Cameron, and she hits it into the tape. Cossacks with a 3-point lead now, late in the 4th. Rayworts sets up Genstead. Almost hit the floor. It's going to fly all the way out of bounds, though. It'll be a point for the Panthers regardless. Genstead scores another one. Jolie Lean to serve. This is right where the Panthers want to be as far as their lineup is concerned. Sapp with a big swing down the left side, though. Finds some space between the defender and the out-of-bounds line. Caden Sapp with her first kill of the evening, but she's been, or of the set, I should say, but she's been important all night long for the Cossacks, who are now 2 points away, looking to end this match in 4 sets. Serving now is Hesby. Rayworts over to Genstead with a roll shot out of the back row. Sapp is going to try a tough angled shot. Panthers keep it alive. Tipped over by Carlson. Pushed across by Sapp. Now Rayworts over to Cameron. Tight angled shot. Cossacks do well to keep it off the floor, but the Panthers get a free ball. Rayworts tipped over by, into the block I should say, by Carlson. Pushed across by Genstead. Now pushed deep and inbounds. Cruz with the big point for the Cossacks. Set point, match point for the Cossacks. Everybody on their feet. Rayworts over to Carlson. Big hit off of the blockers. Back on the Panther side. Prahl pushes it deep. Defense is there. Sapp swings for the win. Blocked by the Panthers. Tipped across. Panthers have it. Madeline Prahl swings off of the blockers. Back on the Panthers side. Dramatic long points and inbounds. Kaylee Carlson finding some room on the far sideline right in front of the Cossacks bench. She now has 5 kills this evening. Madeline Prahl serves. Cruz tips it over, dug by Prahl. Genstead to Cameron. Cossacks go outside. Sapp swings for the win. Blocked by Lean. Nice dig there by the libero. Cossacks have it on their side again. Sapp tries a tip. This time Prahl is there. And miscommunication by the Panthers, hit it right into the block of Cruz. Kira Cruz with her 6th block of the evening. And that's going to end the match at 4 sets. Cossacks winning it 3-1. Extremely entertaining game this evening. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We're going to go through some leaders here. We'll start on the side of the Cossacks. Only 3 aces tonight. 2 by Vincent, 1 by Garish. Lots of kills as we go through this. We'll try to do some quick tallying up. Caden Sapp with 3, 8, 11, 12 kills on the evening to go along with 1 block. Addison Rankley with 6, 10, 12 kills and 1 block. Emma Gorvin with 1 for 8 kills and 2 blocks. Kira Cruz really came on strong in the second half of the set with 8 total kills and 6 big blocks. And Lacey Langland with 5 kills and 3 blocks. For the Panthers recorded 9 aces. 4 by Jolie Lean, 3 by Madeline Prahl, 1 by Kaylee Carlson, and 1 by Esther Cameron. Panthers had 10 blocks. 4 by Kate Holman, 4 by Kaylee Carlson, 1 by Abby Genstead, and 1 by Esther Cameron. For the kills for the Panthers, Kate Holman with 1, Abby Genstead with 21 kills to lead the match. Jolie Lean with 1, Madeline Prahl with 5, Kaylee Carlson with 9, and Esther Cameron with 6. So the Sioux Valley Cossacks advance to the SODAC 16. That'll be played on Tuesday of next week. And for the Panthers, a bittersweet ending to an outstanding season. Again, set a school record of 23 wins. Lots of individual records as well. We mentioned Abby Genstead with the most kills for an individual. And then Jolie Lean set the school record for aces. And lots of wonderful things throughout the season. Can't be ashamed of a season like this whatsoever. Now that's the hard part of the tournament. One team goes home after an outstanding match like this. So Panthers will see their season come to a close, but lots and lots of outstanding things. And Panthers have 6 seniors, we mentioned before, that are playing their last game here. Let's go through them one more time. Caitlin Rayworts, senior from Aberdeen. Madeline Prawl, senior from Watertown. Kaylee Carlson, a senior from Watertown. Myra Letts, a senior from Watertown. Esther Cameron, a senior from Watertown. Emma Dornbush, a senior from Watertown. Those 6 ladies have been a integral part of GPL volleyball for the last 3 years. And unfortunately, that career comes to a close tonight, but what a match it was. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. We had lots of people throughout the night checking in on the action. Appreciate supporting your Panthers or your Cossacks wherever you're tuning in. We will have winter sports at GPL Media starting in December. But until then, thanks for watching Outstanding Volleyball all year. It's been a fun team to follow, and appreciate all the support that we've had throughout the year, both in person here in Watertown and those of you tuning in to watch the games over the course of the season. So signing off for the volleyball season, this has been Mike Haugley. It's been my privilege to bring these games to you. We'll see you at the basketball games in about a month or so.